Hey, what's up? It's Ben here. So today I want to go over the 5 different stock market order type on the Webull desktop app. Now, this is very general and it can be transferred over to other brokerage accounts as well. And the 5 order types are going to be the limit, market, stop, stop limit, and trailing stop. I'm going to go into details about buying and selling as well, and also do some live trades so you could get a feel for it itself. And if you haven't already downloaded Webull yet and fund the account yet, feel free to do so, since they're still giving out free stocks. If you do so, they allow paper trading on options too, if you're interested in that. So without further ado, I'm gonna just go ahead and jump in. So today's example, I'm gonna be using Intel, and the first order type I'm gonna be using is actually gonna be the market, because it's the simplest to use and it's really efficient if you want to get in and out of stock and you don't care about the price. So what the market order is basically paying at the market price. So right now Intel is trading at 28.37, and right now if you have a order book level 2, you can see all the action on all the price action and what's this trading at. Right now it's right in between 28.36 and 28.37. So if you put it on a market order, you'll get roughly between these two prices. Now this is a subscription, and most of you won't have that to start with, but if you do, it's beneficial for you to go in and see. So market order type, so I have market chosen, and it's gonna be a buy. So for this one, I'm going to choose want, and you could do fractional share on this as well, and limit it to, I think a minimum is $5 if you're going to do fractional share. But in this case, I'm going to just, for the simplicity's sake, I'm going to just do 1 share. Timing force, it could be day, and there's also good to cancel, but it doesn't really matter because this is the market type. So you're buying it almost immediately. And you don't have to worry about the stop loss here. I'll explain that later on in the video. And then right now, and just hit buy, and it will automatically get filled at market type. So right now it says buy, just hit buy. And once you hear that noise, a little ring, you'll see that it's filled. Go over here and INTC right over here. I bought want, and it almost filled immediately, and it filled at 28.38. So which is right over here. So between these two, the buy, the bid, is what the buyers are willing to buy it at, and ask is what the sellers are willing to sell it at. Just a refresher if you don't know. And by the way, you'll see one position over here, $28.38. And if you don't have this kind of little ticker, you could go into right click on the chart right over here and go onto chart settings, go to trade and show cost basis line, and show options position in related stock chart if you're doing options. And that's that. Now, if you want to sell it, you could go ahead and sell it. Now, I have a margin account, so I could do day trade. So if I do a sell, it's considered 1 day trade. So for this example, I'm still keeping it on market order type. I'm going to do a sell, right? And I'm going to just do 1, and I'm going to go ahead and just everything is going to be, basic. It's super simple. If you hit sell, I'm going to be selling. So it's basically, I'm going to be probably going to get it at this price, $28.37. I'm going to hit a sell, and then I'm going to refresh this. I sold 1 right over here. So right at the bottom, sell 1, and then it got filled at average price $28.38. Oh, actually, I just broke even. So remember, so I bought 1 and I sold 1 right over here, and basically I didn't make any money off of that. I just broke even, so which is a good thing. Now Intel is jumping up to 28.40 cents. So that's for the market type. So hopefully you get a good understanding of that. So I did a quick trade, so that's considered 1 day trade, by the way. I have a margin account, so it doesn't really bother me. So make sure that you don't do something like this, on a daily basis, because then you're going to be flagged as a pattern day trader. So right now, I'm gonna go to limit. The next order type is gonna be limit. Limit is a little bit slower in terms of execution, because you're not paying at the market price. You're paying at whatever you want to pay. So right now, Intel is trading at 28.30, 28.40, right? Let's say that limit price, and let's say you want to buy, right? Let's start with a buy order, 1 quantity, and just put 1. And limit price, let's say you don't want to pay too much for Intel, and you say you want to pay at $28, right? Set the limit price $28, and then now you have time and force today for the day, or good to cancel for whenever, it could be multiple days, it could be a month from now. So it's good to cancel when you cancel. Extended hour, choose yes or no. So you have an option of extended hours. So basically, after hours trading, if this price decides to dip down a little bit to $28. So right now, I'm comfortable paying Intel at $28, and right now Intel is trading at 28.37. So if I were to buy this order is not going to be filled immediately. So hence the limit order, because you're willing to purchase at $28. So let's say I'm buying this at $28 and hit buy. Now it's going to be in my working order. Now notice this, the reason why I'm using this desktop app is because it's easier for you guys to see, but this is also doable on the mobile version as well. On the mobile app, you'll see the working field and all this, but it's just in a smaller screen. So right now, Intel is on a working order, so it's never going to execute until it hits $28 or less. So that's because that's how much you're willing to pay for Intel. So now, since it's in working order, it's going to just be in working order. Now I'm going to just hit cancel this because it's not going to get filled. But if I really want to get this filled, I will move the price up. So you could just do it by this. Let's see. Modify order, click on modify, and then bump the price up to whatever, 30, let's say 35. I'm gonna just put 35, and you'll notice that might get filled at 35. Modify order, buy, and let's see if it get filled. No, actually it didn't get filled because it jumped to 36. Now I'm gonna just do it again. This video is taking longer than expected. So let's say I put 38. This is going to get filled automatically. I know for sure right now. See? So if you jump it a little bit more, it's going to get filled even though it's a limit order. But basically, you're technically doing almost like a market order. So this got filled at a buy at 28.37. Remember, this order type is limit. And now you got, but the average price you've paid was 28.36. So even though you set the price at 28.37, you want the best price as possible. So the best price, the average price that got filled was 28.36. Remember that. Now for selling part, easy, simple, limit order. Obviously, sometimes the stop price is going higher than the market price that you're willing to pay, and sometimes you want to get out with some cash on hand and you don't want to lose some money. So in this case, let's say my average price got filled was 28.36, right? I want to make a profit of 28.37, right? If I were to set this, then I make a penny profit, right? So let's say this, I don't know, I'm not sure if this is gonna go in or not because the sellers are selling at 28.37. Actually, I'm not sure. Let's go. Let's sell this, and it's in the working order, because buyers are buying at 36. Oh, actually it went through. So let me show you this. So the working order got filled. Okay, so now Intel right over here, limit, day, and then it got filled. Average price was 28.37. So in this trade, I made 1 cent. I put a limit order, and it has to hit 28.37 in order for it to execute, and it did hit 28.37. And because of that, I bought it at 28.36, and I got 28.37. Now I made a penny. So that's the gist of the limit order. I hope you guys understand it. If not, just hit J a couple times and go back, and you'll probably understand this a little bit better. So now let's go over to the third order type, which is the stop order. Now I'm gonna switch this over to buy. So right now Intel is trading at 28.46. What it's saying with the stop order is that if it triggers, if it hits a certain price, it'll start buying the order. Now it's going to be a little bit different from a limit order, because limit is where you're setting a price that's below the market price. But with the stop order, you're setting an order, you're setting the stop price a little bit higher than the market price, because you think that if it hits a certain level of the stock price, it'll shoot up higher. That's the intuition behind it. So right now, Intel's trading at 28.46. So let's say that I think that if it hits to a level of $29, right, it's gonna shoot higher, right? So just for hypothetical reasons. So and if it does hit $28 or $29, it'll convert it to a market order, and it'll start buying at at whatever the market price is. So now this is only works during the day, the regular trading hours, and it's not going to work during extended hours. So if all of a sudden, you know, Intel shoots up to 2950, it's gonna, the next day it's gonna start buying at whatever the market price is, 2950, right? So that's the downside to it. But let me go through and buy this for you. So right now I set this is not going to execute. It's going to be on a pending order, or the working order. So I hit this, and now it got submitted. So right now I can see that I have one order to buy. This is a stop order at $29. So that's basically it for this trade. There's nothing that's too special about it. This is for someone who just think that there's going to be a breakout, a news is going to come out. If it hits a certain level, then it goes out and convert that stop type to a market type. So that's pretty much it. I'm just go ahead and cancel this order, and because it didn't go through, the sell order is just the reverse of that. Actually, I'm just go ahead and buy this stock and then show you how to do a sell right now. So I'm going to just do a market and just buy this real quick for you guys to see. So now I have Intel. I bought it at 2850 right over here. So I'm going to switch this to a stop and sell. So I'm going to give you guys just a quick walkthrough. Let's say I went to set it at 2850, or no, actually 2820. You'll see something here. I'll just go through. Say 2820. I'm going to hit sell. So now it's in the working right over here. So let me zoom this real quick for you guys. Okay, so hopefully you guys can see this. So position, I have 2850. So this is what I have right now. I put a stop at 2820. So if it doesn't hit the stop, it's not going to trigger to a market order. So this is just slightly different from a limit order, because for a limit order, it has to hit a certain price. You're selling it at a higher price than whatever you purchase or whatever the market order is. So right now so for a stop order, it's going to be below that price. So here, hopefully that's kind of intuitive. For me, it's intuitive because you want to minimize your loss, so you set it at a lower amount, because then you're not going to start bleeding a lot more. So basically, this is your stop loss technically. I did a couple of tutorials on this. Hopefully that's tutorial could help you understand it if you go and watch it. I'll put links down below as well. So that's for a stop, and also refer to a stop loss if you want to check that out. And now I'm gonna just go ahead and cancel this one. Yeah, this video is taking a little bit longer than usual, so bear with me. Almost done here. And then stop limit is the next one that I want to talk about. Let's go to a buy, stop limit. So let me switch over to Gap over here real quick. So Gap right over here. So I'm gonna just start fresh. So Gap right now is trading at 946. So with a stop limit order, there's two prices. So one stop price is to trigger the action, to trigger the order, and then the limit price is how much you're willing to get the price at, or to sell the price at. So let me explain. So now let's say I have a stop right now is not, so Gap is trading at 946. I put a stop price at, just make the numbers easier. So $10 right over here. And then for the limit order, I want to set this at $11, right? So just for the sake of this, to make this simple. So now if Gap hits $10, right, it's gonna trigger the stop order, the stop limit, the stop order, right? It triggers it, but it's not gonna go any higher than $11, because that's the price that you're willing to buy it at. So anything, you know, at $10 to $11, right? That's what you're comfortable paying. So if for some reason, so if after hours is trading at for some reason it jumps to past $11, past, let's say 1101, right? So this order will be rendered useless, because then you're not willing to pay more than $11, and now it's trading at 1101. So now this order is not going to execute. So it's just going to stay in the queue until the price drops below that $11 mark. So the stop price is what triggers this order, and the limit is what you set yourself to be willing to pay for a stock. So this is for the buy order as well. So right now, if I were to go ahead and place this order for GPS, which is gap, it's going to show me this, but obviously this is for example, so that's why there's a large gap. For the sake of simplicity, I'm gonna go ahead and buy, and this is gonna be in the working order. Now you see that there's a stop limit right over here at 11, but the trigger is gonna start at 10 right over here, and this is not gonna be executed, or actually this order won't get filled because there's a huge gap right now. So that's that. I'm gonna cancel this order out because I'm not gonna use this one. So now let's go back to Intel, which I have a stop limit over here. I have a sell. So I have Intel. So remember, Intel right over here is 2850 right over here, right on 2850. And if I were to do something like, let's say, set this price at 2820, which triggers the stop price and the limit price to actually, so don't go below that price, will be $28. So this will 2820 will trigger it. Remember, I have my average price that I bought is 2850. Stop price is 2820, triggers it, and the lowest I'm willing to sell is $28. And if for some reason after hour, if it drops below, let's say $27, this option or this order will render useless. So I'm gonna hit sell. Nothing's gonna happen. So it gets filled. Now it's just in the queue. So now we just wait. It could be a day, 2 days, or even a month to even hit this 2820. But I'm pretty sure in like maybe a 2 day or a couple days, it's gonna hit it, and then I'll just it triggers a limit order, limit price. So that's pretty much it for this stop limit. Now I'm gonna just cancel this one out. All right, and lastly, there's a trailing stop. Trailing stop is really beneficial if you want to minimize your risk of losing more money, and if you want to buy more stock that be beneficial for you in the future. So for this example, I have quantity 1, trailing amount is set to $1, and you could change it to the percentage amount over here. So $1, let's say just go about $1, and then time and force is going to be day. There's no get to cancel because it's a trailing stop order. So what's saying that is right now Intel is trading at 28.61. If I hit a trailing amount of $1, then the amount will be at 29.60, right? So somewhere around here, and if you can see my cursor. So, but if the stock price of Intel were to drop down to $28, now my price is going to be adjusted to around $29. I can't get 29 for some reason right over here. So if you can see my cursor, it's going to be $29. So if it just decides to go back up to $28.60, now the price is not going to be adjusting. So it's going to stay at the $29 mark. And if it goes past the 20 or at 29, it'll trigger that order, and then start buying at the market order, whatever the amount may be. It could be $29.01, or it could be $29.50. It doesn't really matter. It could go up to $30, and I'll trigger the buy order. The benefit of this is that if there's a breakout, then you're buying something that potentially could go higher. So that's the intuition behind this. So if I were to place an order right now, nothing's gonna happen because there's a dollar right now spread. So if I get buy right now, it's just in the queue until it hits. Let's say if this were to, for the next couple of days, if this were to go straight up and doesn't even come down, then it's gonna buy at 29.60, right? Let's just say on a rough number. That's a rough estimate. So you have my order is working right over here, and that's pretty much it for this one. So the sell is basically gonna be the same thing. So let's say I reverse this. I'm gonna just close this out, and I do a sell right over here. Trailing stop, sell, quantity 1, $1 for this trailing amounts. Yeah. So right now remember that I have my position at 28.50. So if I were to do a sell, I have a $1 amount right over here. So it's on the market. Let's say if I do $1, let's see which one, I forgot. Estimated amount 28.60. So it goes off by the market price. So right now it's 28.60, 28.59. So if I click on hit sell, so it just buys this price and doesn't go by the 28.50. So remember this, if you're gonna do this, look at this, and then if you have a $1 trailing amount, then the next price below that is gonna be 27.60, 27.59, right? And if it were to go up, let's say if Intel were to go up to $29, right, then the new price of the trailing amount will be at $28. So if I were to sell this right now, nothing's gonna happen. So right now, I have a trailing amount for one right over here in the working order. So trailing amount is $1. So now you just this could help, this could make you lose money, or this could help you make money. So if I set it at $1, so let's say if it hits 20, let's say hypothetically in a couple of days it hits $29 right over here. So now my new order amount will be at $28. If that's the case, if I'm at $28 right over here, and for some reason, you know, in a couple of days it starts dropping, and it hits the $28 mark, then that order, the order type will switch to a market order, and then I'll start selling at 28 or to maybe 27.59 or anything lower than 28. Then now I'm losing money. But if Intel were to shoot up to $30, now my new limit will be at 29. Then that means that I'll make 50 cents if it, you know, gets executed and get filled at 29. So because my position is 28.50. Hope that kind of makes sense. I know I rumble off a little bit too long here, and this video is really long in general. So I'm gonna just stop it here. And if you have any questions, feel free to just let me know. I know this is like a really rough idea for you guys, but hopefully by doing this couple buy and sell example, you get the idea of it. So and at the end of the day, feel free to reach out, and I do respond back. I respond back 80% of the time mostly. So I'm pretty good at responding back. And do let me know if you have any questions. I'm gonna go ahead and cancel this order, and I'll catch you all next week.